All right. This is exciting. So, tonight, you guys, for those of you who have been messaging me about wanting to thin my collection of spiritual items, I have a bunch of really cool close friends in the community. They're getting ready to launch a metaphysical store. So, I have been kind of hoarding things as they come to me. And I even told the universe, like, bring me your pretties, bring me your things. And sure enough, antiques, dealers, crazy things on the doorstep, things sent in the mail anonymously. Really cool finds. Really cool finds. With that being said, it adds up. And I don't always have the time, being that I'm a working mom full time and writing and doing research and prepping things for my continued education. I don't always have time to update my website aside from my social media. So that doesn't mean that my shop isn't up to date, but all the cool things in my inventory, I just don't always have the opportunity. So every month I try and go live at least once. I used to do it on the 11th, but that kind of got weird because we also do the Tuesday night astrology and alchemy, and I guest host on so many other shows that it's like, you know what? I'm just going to do my best with the schedule. And it comes up tonight, Saturday, Mercury in retrograde. I told you guys I would be doing this. So let me know in the chat room, where are you? What are you looking for? If I was to be doing my private witch hunting and metaphysical shopping for you, what would it be that you would be looking for to add to your altar space, to give as a gift to that really cool friend? Or if you were like, you know what, Sarah, I just know that my budget is $30 and I kind of want this, and I don't want it to be jewelry. I want it to be this, or I do want it to be jewelry and I want it to be like this, that you give me an idea and then I get to send you a gift. So I do that a lot for a lot of friends, family, clients, and secret shoppers. And I wanted to share a few of the pieces that I have that I'm kind of parting with before I take the effort to put them on my website. If you guys joining me, if the synchronicity has it that this is a piece for you, I want you to let me know. I want you to speak up in the comments. I want you to tell me right now, go, I'm here, I'm here. Yes, yes, tag a friend that's going to be interested maybe in something. And then that way I can send this video out as I'm doing readings, free readings later at the tail end. It's going to be very quick. Trust me, we're going through this very quickly. um, and then you guys, if you have questions, ask questions in the chat too, because some of these are relevant to some spells. I know you had asked me guys about some of the spells that I have, two of them uniquely to right now, some of the timing of the astrology. And I'm going to show you. So let's just start off with that. So I'm going to write it down. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of bell spells, or they're really air. So because we are in Aquarius, this is a cleansing of the air. If you're in a space where in respiratory, it is great to do sage, to do burning of incense, to do things that actually scientifically proven to smother the bacteria. And so it actually cleans the air. You can diffuse essential oils. You can boil oil and, orange peels. You can do all sorts of things. But another really cool, not so common way of cleansing the air before, during, or after a spiritual session, meditation, working with children, working with animals, Pavlov moment, is with bells. So I'm always looking for bells, pieces that come to me that are like, so this one is really, it came from an old painter, the Franklin Art Center here in the Brainerd Lakes area, used as an old schoolhouse. This is kind of a neat sleigh bell. All of my bell spells, well, kind of depending on the bell, right? And depending on what would you use this for? All of them are going to come with their own affirmation. Either an affirmation for something that you want or that's purposeful, or an affirmation for you personally. This is the first one. So I have this bell. They're only $20. That's total. That's with the spell. That's with the affirmation. That's coming to you. So this one has a wooden handle. This is bell 1. Okay. This is 2. It doesn't have a chain. It doesn't have a handle, so I have it on string. But you could put it on a chain. You could put it on a piece of leather. It's another metal. I'm always looking for the dangle inside to be something kind of cool. So then this is 2. This is just kind of a really simple, I like the lines going all around. There's not a whole lot of information about this one. And this comes with a spell. All of the bell spells that are only 20 bucks are going to come with one. I really like this spell. Just because, I don't know, I kind of call it my Hollister bell. It's so perfect all the way around, but it's still kind of, you can see the imperfections in it. I really enjoy pieces like this, and there is information on. Oh, I don't know if I want to get rid of the one. Hi, Ruth. So this one's from India. $20? Really, Sarah? Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, sure. I need to part with some of my items, Sarah. Okay, that's fine. I have so many of these. Hundreds. Not hundreds, but enough. This one is really cool. It's much tinier. It's all one piece. Teeny, 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 tiny. Okay. There's not a whole lot of information on this one either. It has a really cool little latch on the top that you could have it as a pendulum. You could use it in divination, which I love when pieces kind of have that, which is kind of why all of my pieces do. Anyway, the sound on this one, a little bit lower. Yeah, I really like this one too. I don't love this one as much, but it's so small and curvaceous and cute. And again, these are bell spells. You can use them if you're doing earth magic, if you're working with trolls, elementals, fairies. I like to do it with meditation. I like to cleanse my space before I do yoga. If you're a paranormal investigator. And then my last one, I told you I was bringing 4 of these to you guys, and then I'll move to the very next type of spell piece that I have. You can already tell this one has a much more beautiful sound. And again, it's got the thing on the top. You could use it for divination. It's all a big piece of metal. This one is etched with these beautiful feathers in it. And I love the sound of this one. It's like a wind chime before a tornado. Oh gosh, I just love this one. Ooh. And the way that it stands, it's a perfect altar piece too. It kind of looks like a pyramid almost. If you're into pyramids and altar pieces, it's a bronze with a little bit more of a decorative flair. So I'm calling it my pyramid bell. But all of these really great to use with meditation, with cleansing, with altar pieces, and to represent air magic. If you're looking to add to that kind of a thing, I've got all of these here, and it would be wonderful if they could find the perfect home. And if they don't, that's okay too, because I love all of my pieces. But next I have 2 of you had sent me a message. So I thought that was interesting to get like back-to-back messages consecutively, just kind of random about a particular spell, which was about cord cutting. Now, I do love to look for particular pieces. And when I'm doing, like antiquing or thrifting in that kind of witchy space, particularly, there's always little items that I'm going to run to that can be used for other metaphysical purposes that you may not think of. So if you are opening a store or selling things online, keep this in mind as well. But one of them might be like soap dishes. They're great for incense. They're great for pulling a daily divination card, but also envelope openers. So envelope openers, especially back in the day, kind of when silverware was, everyone had a really nice silverware set and things were gifted at weddings. If you were a businessman, if you were a very well-to-do family, you were probably gifted like silver or a very sturdy metal or a very beautiful handmade, maybe even sentimental, stamped, sharp enough to be sharp, but not so sharp that you're leaving it around the home on your altar, and that it is also for symbolic, metaphysical purposes, and so it doesn't need to cut hair off of your arm. But for cord cutting, an envelope opener. So I collect envelope openers. I have a really cool collection of envelope openers, and I use them for cord cutting, achates, or daggers, swords, the blade that one has on their altar, pagan, Wiccan, spiritual. A lot of cultures, Native American, Indigenous, are going to have a sharp blade object spiritually used to cut the cord, the silver cord, the umbilical cord, the cord between the dimensions. Yes. And so for that reason, it doesn't have to be super sharp, but I love it sometimes when they are. And I also love it when the pieces have history and a story. So, like this one, for example, it is a piece. It's beautiful. It's probably silver. I don't know for certain. I know I should, right? It's from Japan. So you can look up the serial number. Obviously, if this is something that I sell, I'm going to look it up. I recently acquired this one. It's number 900, which I like because anything that's got a number on it or something that's symbolic spiritually. I love the little bells. They look like little lily of the valleys. I love the yellow. I've been really gravitating towards gold or mustard yellow lately. And so I saw this and picked it up. And then I saw Japan and I was called to it. And I had this on my altar recently. And then thinking of that volcano, like just outside of Japan, like out in these areas, like huge things happening and being called to certain spaces. And I don't know, I just find them to be beautiful, lost pieces of culture, envelope openers, usually not very expensive either. And so you can really find some cool pieces. And if you're into forging, you can also smash them and hammer them into daggers. You can manipulate them and work the metal if you want. But a question, how do you release stress? What incense can you use? Oh my gosh, for stress relief, essential oils like peppermint just under the nose, eucalyptus hanging, dangling in your shower, fresh things that are going to open the passage for circulatory stuff. Incense, the frankincense and myrrh, things that you like. You don't want something that's too floral or too much. Patchouli can be pretty, a lot. And you don't want it to be something that's overstimulating if stress is caused by too much stimulation. So kind of figure out what the cause of your stress is and then remedy it by that way. But a lot of times, just a gentle peppermint on the temples or on the rubbing right here in the crease of where your thumb is, being able to just take a deep breath. I really like cucumber mint, cucumber melons, but not a fragrance that's a chemical. That's also really nice. Fresh oranges, a fresh lemon can really wake you up, can help give you focus and memory retrieval, all sorts of things. So it just kind of depends on the reason that you're trying to, mediate such energy. Anyway, you guys, if you are interested in a cord cutting kit, which would include a custom piece like this, it's going to be, an artistic envelope opener. And then being able to use this to cut those cords that you have, those negative attachments that you have in your life. Really cool pieces. I've got 2 of these available. Okay, these are $40. They come with a cord spell. It's a string spell. It's a knot spell, as well as the piece, the blade piece. Not a knife. We don't want to say knife because then that changes things. So $40 for this, that one. And then the other one I have over there, it's kind of more secretive. It's a little bit more simple, a little bit more sleek. But if it's called to you, let me know. I have both of those for sale. And if you are called to them, let me know. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Brad. Hugest nail file ever, he says. True. It's true. Okay, so I'm going to go through these next pieces. There is some jewelry in them. It's going to be quick, guys. So if you're here for a free mini reading, just hang on. I would say maybe 20 minutes. We're going to get through this. If you're looking for a gift, a February Valentine's gift to yourself, a New Year's gift to yourself, something to add for spell work to your altar, spiritual space, these kinds of things. Kind of going through some items before I put them on my website. So 2 Towers. I've got a lot of towers, and I know a lot of you guys, the crystals and the gems and the stones, sacred geometry, Reiki, energy work, something that's beautiful, something that you can also hold while you're meditating, something that you can keep near your space, on your altar, but also that makes a really great gift for people, whether or not they are like into history, they're into earth type things. It doesn't just have to be spiritual, even though they always really are. I have two different types, and these are mine, but I have their sister stones, meaning that I have three more just like them. And they're two different types. So they're both agates. Okay, so I really love agates. I was raised with a lot of different indigenous individuals coming in and out of the house, in and out of spiritual spaces with my mom and the different family members that did crazy things. And it was really cool. This one native, he always kept a pocket of agates, and he explained that there would be a soul agate or a soul stone out there for every person on earth, and that if you held it up to your third eye, if you held it up and looked, that it could open you to your past lives, and that you just had to take a moment to connect with every agate that crossed your path, and that maybe you would find yours. And so I'm always drawn to looking at agates and wanting to touch them and pick them up. And so marketing 101, you touch it, it becomes yours. And then there happens to be this really cool family up the way that sources these stones themselves. And so whenever I know that the person is sourcing them themselves, I feel extra connected to them. There are these pieces, there's smoky, and then there's the orange. Now the orange agates, I love them. I've been really drawn to the orange color lately. When you do this, the red orange, that's kind of, that lower sacral chakra just under your solar plexus. This is your reproductive organs. This is that sensual Venus energy. And so my towers that are my orange agates, they just are crazy. They almost look dyed, but they aren't. They are kind of a creamy, sometimes people will call them like a honey cream agate. They are from Brazil. They are just stunning. And you can see that, they're kind of considered the medium tall towers. But anyway, I really love these pieces. I don't know, God, they're just so beautiful. And I have two orange ones that I'm parting with. I'm keeping this one, and then the two sister stones I am willing to put up on my site. Or if you're wanting them or you want one of them, let me know. Okay, they're only $40 is what I'll part with them for. They were gifted to me. So as far as like profit goes, $40 is what I would be willing. Brianna, hi. If you want it, Bree, you let me know, or both of them for 80, and then being able to ship it to you. And it comes with kind of, a little spell on my behalf, some protection items thrown in there. And these are my orange Brazilian agates. It's a medium tall tower. These are, again, really cool gifts for Valentine's Day. I've got two of them. Let me know if you're interested. My other series of agate, it's a smoky agate. It's a dark agate, and they are black and gray. So you can see my fingerprints on it, which just kills me in this light, I know. But when you hold it up to the light, you really start to see some of the swirls. But then whenever it's sitting back on your altar, it looks like obsidian. And I just love that these agate stones can have that opaqueness with the light. And then when the light is taken, it just looks like the abyss. They're so beautiful. And I've got two of these as well. So if you would like one of these, they are just 40. It is a black Brazilian agate, a medium tall tawa. You let me know, message me, and it's kind of first come, first serve. And if someone doesn't grab it tonight or this week before I get it put up on my website, you can grab it there too at paranormalsarah.com. So going right down the line, guys, I have some Argonite. This is a really cool piece. If you are into stones, they kind of look like something out of the labyrinth that might have some eyeballs on it. I've got some really neat pieces. They're only $20. They're about the size of your hand. They are super cool. And they are Argonite stones. I believe I have 3 of them. I might even have 4. So if you want one of those, is a pearl automatically my agate stone because I'm a Cancer? I don't believe so. I think that like your birthstone, is that what you mean? Um, Birthstones are usually, and I'm not so much into the geometry that I've looked into that. I believe the birthstones are relative to the month. I don't necessarily think that they're associated with the energy because like Cancer, there is a particular energy there. And I don't know if the sacred geometry of the pearl is relevant because I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. And I don't know the answer. So good one, Brad. We'll have to ask. I already have people in my black book that I would ask. Or if you're joining us and you know the answer, put it in the chat room. Argonites, $20. I've got 3 of them, so I'm just writing these down so that I don't forget. Hi, Sarah. I'm going to be doing my cards in 1 second. I'm going through some inventory real quick on some pieces that I'm trying to not get rid of, but maybe part with before I put them up on my website. So if anybody's wanting them, a few people had asked, please, please, please do a video. Here I am. I'm doing it. This is what we're doing. I'm having a brain fart on these. I can't remember what they are called. They're not septarian. No. And I always think it is. And it's not a jasper. Is it a green jasper? I'm not sure. Because I don't, keep they're usually they're gifted to me. Or I've picked them up at a fair or someone but I've got 3 of these. But you guys, what's really neat is I want to share with you, the person that I'm working up the way, Samples Agate Store, he's currently in Arizona picking out stones right now. And so the size of these, which I love, and they come with a little stand so you can put them on your altar. And I have been putting these out on a grid, doing grid work for my astrology. So like this one is my Jupiter. You'll tell because he's got a little storm. Where is it? There it is. There's his Jupiter storm. Look at how cute. It's a little red storm like Jupiter. And I love it. And so I've got these beautiful stones. I've got a hematite. I've got a quartz. And they're all the same size. So I would be willing, they're only 20. If there is a particular one that you're wanting and it is a little bit more in value and we need to barter, we can. But for the most part, if you're needing, I'm calling them just my little globes. I've got 3 of these, and then I have a hematite and I have a quartz and I have a turquoise, and they're all just $20 each. So you let me know. Jessica's, says, I got to have a Jupiter. Okay, Jessica, message me and let me know, and I will send you that. Just send me your email, and I will send you an invoice for that, a Jupiter one, because they are fantastic. And then I'll send you a little astrological prayer with each of them, because I think that as it goes out, it's a gift from me to you, and I want them to go to the right home. So let me know if there's any particular needs or wants that you have whenever you send me that email, and I will customize it for you. So perfect. Okay, so then I've only got 2 of those left, guys, then. So let me know if you want one of those, or if you need a globe in another type of gemstone. You're like, Sarah, I don't like that color. I want something like this, or I need something for my kidneys. I need jasper. I need garnet. Let me know. I will touch base with you and we will get you set up. But those are $20. So just let me know if there's something that you need. And I've got 2 of those left. So thank you, Jessica. All right, guys. Next, I call them my little baby, little stumpy towers. It's not very nice, is it? Right, Aaron says, I love the Argonite. It reminds me of the sea anemones. I know. And the Argonite is one of these where it looks like it's growing, and they're so fun. They just have like a burst, like a firework in pause. I don't know. I find them inspiring, and I really like the color. And so I put it kind of up in that window, and it glows next to I've kind of got them all color coordinated, and some of my orange pieces, that womanly Lilith, that's been the vibe. And for 2022, that is the vibe. And so some of these pieces I think are really designed for that. These two stumpy pieces, these came my way and I have their sister stones. So again, these two are mine, but if you're wanting two of your own, let me know because these things are fantastic. Um, the so I've got some Sodalite. These are crazy lace agate though. The Sodalite looks exactly the same, only it's blue. And anything with an ite, it's going to be a little bit less receptive to water or moisture in the air. That, I mean, if you're keeping it out and about, you've got to be careful when cleaning or moving or things like that. And so I do like the Sodalite, and it is definitely more of a therapeutic stone. But the crazy lace agates, I love them. I love agates. I think they're beautiful. So these stumpy stones, okay, they're only 30. And I've got two of them. Look at how cute these guys are. Crazy lace agate. And they are coming with an earth spell. And they are perfect for your altar or perfect for you to keep near you at your office if you have to return that way, or to keep in your pocket. They're just big enough to not be questionable. And they've got these little pockets of sparkle. That crazy lace agate, though, it's really a powerful stone. I think it looks like the beginning of the never-ending story, like those swirls. And these stumpy little stones, they're not as feminine and beautiful and pointy, but I kind of like that about them, right? They're a little bit more sturdy. And so they're on your altar. I just kind of like them. So I've got two Sodalites that are this exact same size, and they're blue and white and black swirls. And then my crazy lace agate are these earth tones. It's like cappuccino and little pockets of like a yellow quartz and really beautiful little swirls of green and black and brown and caramely colors. And I love the crazy lace agate. I'm a sucker for agate, baby. So I've got two of those as well. Let me know if you want them. They're only $30 each. That way I don't have to put them on my website. And then this guy, also only $30. I have two of them. I posted this on my Instagram earlier, and this is why someone was like, oh my gosh, where do I get that? I messaged her. She already bought one. I had three. So I've only got two left. And these are, it's a quartz amethyst. Someone had already shared, I love me some amethyst, said Sarah. So these are little towers. They're just medium small. They're not small. I've got smaller towers than this. So it's medium small. But some of the shard, just the light does not do it justice. It starts out purple, and then it towards the top is completely clear crystal. I mean crystal clear quartz. So they're really beautiful. And remember, try not to keep these, your amethysts or your calcites or things in the window because the sun can scorch them and kind of take some of the color out. But these, they just reflect light beautifully. Oh, baby, do you know what this is worth? And I love them. Sarah says, how much for them both? I'd do 50 for the two of them. I mean, because they're 30 each, but I'd do 50, right? You want to do 50 for the last two? Oh, I hate to get rid of them. I'm keeping this one, but I've got two more. If you want to do two for 50, I would do that. And they're the quartz amethyst going together. Sarah says, I'll do it. Okay, Sarah, message me your email and I will send you that invoice. And you, again, let me know for any of you guys getting these, the crystals or the altar pieces. Let me know what you're working on in your spiritual space. Let me know what I can throw in there for additional gift items. Okay, the last few gem related gifts, guys, I've got three of them. One is a fossil, one of them is a gem, and one of them is a divination type thing. Okay, the fossil, I don't know if you guys are into trilobites. If you into some trilobites, I love fossils. I love knowing that this was a living creature, that this was alive, that this is something that, your kids, if you've got small kids, nieces, nephews, or people in the neighborhood that already think you're the town witch and you really want to scare them. If you're doing earth magic, quiet, calm, patient, understanding, I think claws and bones and fossils are a great part of what you can add to your altar space in that heavy, deep knowledge, wisdom, sacred, ancient, all those kinds of words, you know. Um, I love the Trilobite specimens. I have a handful of these and I really only need one or two. So I am parting with a few of them. If you want one, they are only $15 each. And so if you want a Trilobite, reach out, let me know, and I will hook you up with a Trilobite. Um, Last two here, I've got some skulls. You guys know I work with necromancy magic, occult magic, end of life, crossing over liminal spaces, the gray, and in that work and forensics, even in my professional space, I love skulls. I love mortuary tomb art. I love curiosities of that nature. And so a lot of altar pieces and altar items that I get gifted to me, collected, and that I pick up are skulls. I have a bunch of, and when I say bunch, I have, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 little crystal skulls. They're kind of a testament to my Dan Aykroyd. I have a great collection of crystal skulls, and the little ones are just 15. And then I have a little bit bigger and they're 20. So let me know if you would like to add a little skull, a little scully to your altar space, or just a gift to yourself. I love them, little pocket protectors. You keep them with you if you're going somewhere to just have as a worry stone. And they're carved, they're beautiful, and they remind me of alien energy and magic. I will take one of those smaller as my daughter would love it, said Sarah. Okay, so let's add you into that. I will throw a little skull in there for you. I love them. Oh, they're so cool. Good, 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 good. Okay, so then I only have 2 of those left. Sarah's sneaking another one. You guys let me know if you want. And I've even got some bigger skulls. If you're like, no, I have $3,000 and I want it to be as big as my real head, then let me know. I can hook you up, but I kind of like the tiny things. So I have a lot of tinier specimens to kind of part with. So Sarah, you've got one of those coming your way with those other really cool quartz to amethyst towers. Okay, lastly, guys, I don't know how you feel about anxiety. Maybe you are still struggling with it. You're trying to work that potential to kinetic energy, whether you're left-handed or right-handed. If you're struggling with some tendon issues, flexibility issues, or you've been working the mouse, typing at the computer, and you want to have these swirlies. These are a little bit smaller than the ones you would see at Spencer's, and I've got them in a faux turquoise. I've got these in a faux petrified wood. I love the petrified wood, but they still have the sound. Okay. And these are coming with you in a little box, a cute little box and a spell. And they are only $15. $15 make you holla. And they're teeny tiny little baby. Oh, there it went. Well, wow, that was kind of cool. It stopped. It just stopped. They're kind of cool little globes. So if you are needing some little hand globes for anxiety and an anxiety reducing spell coming your way, or gifted for someone for Valentine's Day, let me know. Let me know what kind of color or theme you're looking for. These aren't real gems because they've got it's almost like a magnetized feel to them. They're really cool. And when I had the opportunity to get a hold of them, I snatched a bunch of them up. And now I'm like, I only need a few of them. And if other people out there could use this, I love it. And, kids are always looking for those darn fidget spinners and things. And these, they look like stones. So, they can sit there and be beautiful or decorative, but you can also, they're functional. So I love it. So keep that in mind, guys. Now, those are my bells. Those are my stones. Those are my pretties. Now, one last thing, I do have some skulls. I have some coyote jaw bones, and I have some skulls, real skulls, taxidermy, curiosity skulls. So if you are looking to add some really neat, more entomology and taxidermy pieces to your altar, please let me know and you just give me your budget. I actually had some really cool people this week message and say, you know what, I want you to do a reading and let me know what you get for a spirit guide and then put together some sort of an altar box related to that if you can. Obviously, if it's like a tiger, I don't know what you're going to be able to do, but just if that's something you could work up, I'd really like to gift my girlfriend something and I, would like to have, and it was a long, but anyway, I've never been able to have the opportunity to do something like that. And I love it when people customize a gift because to be able to do a reading and be able to actually get images of a whole slew of animals and then go to my local indigenous trading post and see skulls, jawbones, and bones, furs of these animals and put together a neat little package that fits this guy's budget and knowingly be able to make it happen and do it with intention from beginning to end was so cool. So this is a raccoon skull, all of them foraged, found, and provided naturally or through the trading post nearby, which they do humanely as well. So just know that I have a lot of those pieces. I have beaver, coyote, raccoon, turtle shells. I have some muskrat. I have a lot of pieces. I have a lot of pieces. So if that's something you're looking for, a lot of my individuals, I suppose, didn't know that I did that. Now you know. So it is fun. Now, let's hit up some jewelry pieces, and then we're going to finish up with a few cards. I do have my tarot deck with me, guys, so please don't despair. A few of these necklace pieces, guys, I am just going to say they're probably only going to be like 10 to 15 bucks. They might be worth a lot more. These items, I have so much jewelry that I keep for spiritual purposes that it's almost getting ridiculous. And so I'm really thinning it out and I want them to go to people who are going to use them and enjoy them. So it's not so much about the money as it is making sure that it finds a purpose and that it's not just gathering dust. So this is a petrified piece of foliage. I really am always thinking of my grandmother Fern whenever I see like ferns or plants smashed, flowers smashed together in old calligraphy letters. And so this is a necklace that's kind of hanging on a short choker chain. And I have this one, it's smashed foliage. And it's one of my favorite pieces, but I just don't wear it that often. And I have like 20 pieces that speak to me for my grandmother. And so if somebody would like a piece like that, reminds them of a grandmother energy, all of my stones are pressed in and made to where you can see the front and back. They're only $15. This is my pressed flower necklace. $15 if you would like it. Let me know. It's just kind of a beautiful spiritual piece and I'm looking for a home for it. The rest of these I'm also looking for a home for, so they're all going to be just 15. Let me know if it speaks to you. You send me your email, we'll get it to you. Or less than 15 because some of them I don't think are worth that as far as value goes, but I have them. This is a really, gosh, it's kind of a simple piece to be honest. But I have a lot of astrological pieces, suns and moons, things that come my way that I think are really beautiful. Wiccan, pagan, if you're into astrology, you follow us on our Tuesday night, you might be. So this is a medium to short chain and it's a sun. If you are someone who's a Leo or you're really into the sun image, the sun and the moon, I have a lot of sun and moon pieces. This is one of them that might interest you. And it's just kind of a beautiful short chain. I really, really like this piece, but I am looking for it to find a home. I have, oh yeah, oh, okay. And keep in mind, if they don't find a home, I use them in headpieces. So Jessica says, man, I got to have that sun sold. Okay, Jessica, perfect. Send me that email again and I will put that over there with that glow for you. Oh, there it went. Yes, 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 yes. And I like that chain as well. Good. Okay, Jessica, good. Good, good, good. And you're a Leo? My sister's a Leo. Saucy things you are. I'll throw some cat stuff in there. Okay, if you are, I have a lot of flower foliage type jewelry. I do that because I'm an earth sign. I'm a Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. So I like to keep a lot of beautiful pieces. And also if I'm out, foraging or doing photography, doing kind of cool elemental stuff, I like that kind of jewelry. This piece, though, I noticed I'm not wearing it, and I'm not wearing it that often. So either it's going to become a headpiece, and it totally might. Don't tempt me. Or if somebody's like, no, 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 don't do that. I need it because you really like some of the choker pieces that I wear. You've seen me wear them, and you're like, holy cow, I love this. I have kind of a style that's tribal but spiritual. You can see that it's super, super shiny, and these are leaves and they're like homemade pressed metal, and some of them are shiny and some of them are just kind of little convex. Some of them are matte and some of them aren't. So it's very, very pretty, but it's also very, very simple. And this is something that I've been known to wear with like just a black dress and a cool black jacket. I've also been known to wear this at a tribal dance where it's, like I'm channeling some Joan of Arc. I love it. I love that it's like the silver armor. Again, these are all just $15 pieces of mine from over the years that I need to part with. I love that piece. If it speaks to you and you like that it's the little shape of leaves and you're like, hell yeah, that's mine, let me know. It can be. Um, so this piece is more of an Indian piece. It's really, 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 really simple. And I used to wear this all the time. So it's kind of sentimental to me. It makes me think of the Eiffel Tower, but it's got little pieces of coral. And so this is kind of my Pisces, the way water trickles down, the way energy goes from two to more. And so when you'll kind of see why I think of the Eiffel Tower, but then also it's got these little coral bells on it. It's really simple. It's really pretty. It's kind of a bronze color. And they're turquoise from far away because that coral, man, look at it shine. Um, it's hard not to like that. And it's a water sign, a water energy, a water vibe. And I don't know, I just liked the trickling nature of this. So this is a piece that, again, I was like, man, I've got some of these that could be really cool headpieces that I'm doing some really cool crowns and headpieces. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of pulling them out of my jewelry. And if they don't sell, then I'm going to either put them back into my jewelry because it's not meant to be out, or I will repurpose them into a crown or something. So if that speaks to you, if that's something that you would like to add to your collection or gift to someone you know or yourself, let me know. Okay, and then now we're down to the following pieces. They're only $10, make you holla. And that is just because these are pieces that are more probably costumey in nature. They're not like, a beautiful piece with a lot of gorgeous decor. Not that they're not pretty, but these are like pieces. I think I got this at Ragstock way back in the early 2000s. And I love Medusa. I love Ursula. I love King Triton. I love when it is a water sign and I'm wearing my water necklaces and you've got your coral stuff and I'm dressing up. I love octopus. And so I've had this guy for a really long time. And either it's going to go into a headpiece or some type of a spiritual piece, or he's going to go to someone who is obsessed with octopi as I am. I love octopus, but I just realized, gosh, I haven't worn him in so long. He's kind of a medium long necklace. So he's only $10. I really like him. He's got a little bit of texture on him, but he kind of looks like an Orin, the way he's all swirled around. Next, I have some teeny tiny little ball necklaces. I like to wear chokers a lot. You guys, I notice, will message me on Instagram when I post some of my portraits, or if I'm doing photography for other people, and will say, "Oh my gosh, where do I get that necklace?" They're all my own pieces usually, and I'm glad you asked because almost all of them are for sale if you do want them, or I can hook you up with something like it. But I love these pieces. It's all in one, so it's a the gold chain, but then it's got the little baby jasper and jade pieces. And obviously it is not real jade. That's going to be black and white, ghost jasper, and garnet, I believe. But the color combination, I have always loved the black and white and that kind of burnt orange. They're the real little stones in there. And I always have really liked this piece, but again, I just wasn't wearing it, and I don't wear the gold that often. I'm not a gold person. So I got to part with it. Either that or it's going into a headpiece. So $10 for that one. If it speaks to you, you really like it, it's going to be something I usually will wear it with my Native American stuff. It's really pretty. Um, this is totally a dazed and confused. If you're a crafter like myself, you'll see why I've kept this since the 90s. I have worn this since, people went to Claire's and got their ears pierced and then stopped by Deb and, Dickinson movie theater. And I love it. So I can part with it, but if for $10, this is like something that is nostalgic for you and you need to have it and it speaks to you more than it speaks to me, then maybe it's meant to be yours. I don't know why, but it's the rainbow in this that makes me not completely love it. I don't know why that is. So anyway, you'll see. It's kind of just, it's one of these, like it's substantial, but it's not heavy. And it's on a longer chain. And it's one of my third eye pieces because I always collect eyes and third eyes. And it's got some really cool angelic things going around. I mean, I love this piece, but I never wear it. I never wear it, which is kind of weird, but I love it. So I've had it for a long time. This is $10. If it doesn't find its way to the perfect person who requires it or needs it, it'll go into a headset. And then my last two pieces of jewelry, and then I'll start pulling some cards for you guys before I drift off into the night. This last one is a turquoise piece. I have a lot of turquoise necklace pieces. They're all, surrounded a little differently because, again, the person that I get them from, they piece them in a way that you can see the front and the back, which I like because I think it's about the specimen. But this is a turquoise piece that I've had it for so long. And then I don't know. I just decided that I wanted to repurpose this, maybe as a headset. I'm not sure. But if you're someone who loves turquoise necklaces, or you just really enjoy, the turquoise kind of costumey looking jewelry, this is kind of a longer piece. And you can see it's got a really good color to it. It's got really good marbling, and it's, symmetrical, which symmetrical is really important to me. But a little too long, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I could always change the cord. But yeah, I thought, man, that would be a really neat headpiece because I've been all about my headdresses lately. So that's why I think. And then the very last piece is a combination of a pendulum. This is just a really simple glass. You guys know these. They're beautiful. And I usually am always keeping one around. And it's just a simple glass pendulum, a rainbow maker. And it is shined up beautifully. I've got two of these. They're only $10. And they make really beautiful necklaces just to have, just as something very simple for like solstice, something really, really beautiful. Shelly says, man, I'd like that turquoise one. Okay, Shelly, message me or email and I'll pull this one out. That way I won't put it on my website or use it. And I'll throw any of the other turquoise stuff I have your direction too. Okay, and I'll just send it your way. But yeah, this is kind of one of those, like, I would probably give one of these to my niece, but then, I've got 4 nieces and I don't have 4 of these, so I couldn't pick a favorite. And I don't wear it enough and I really like it. And it is totally a great pendulum as well. And so anything that can be used as a multi-divination tool, I'm real hesitant to get rid of. And so I don't. And then I realize it's been 20 years and I don't have it. So yeah. And Jessica goes, man, can I see that eyepiece again? This is just, it's a real simple, like, I mean, real, but it's, right? It's one of those, like, I wore it with a few different little cocktail dresses, like when I was doing readings at a psychic event. And it always is, people are always wanting to touch it. People always want to be around it. It's kind of interesting. Um, yeah, it's kind of strange, but it's not anything of like serious value. And I've just never seen anything else. I've never seen anyone else with one. So it's not like a trinket piece or a band logo. It's like weird. Um, Jessica says, yeah, I got to have that too. Jessica, I like your taste. You're fun. Um, I'll put this to the side as well. Dun, 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 dun. It is. You've got the sun and the eye. I see where you're going. Okay, perfect. All right, guys, then I will put the rest of these back. And one other thing I wanted to share with you, because I had another person ask me about my custom tarot decks on my paranormalsarah.com. When you go there, you can see the services in the shop. It's all broken down. And when I say I do custom tarot decks, especially with cartomancy, for example, the Trading Post Up the Way, they've got all these really neat decks. Now, this is one, someone said I really like rocks and minerals. And so because I'm thinning out my rocks and minerals, I was like, okay, this is a really cool deck of playing cards. I'm going to go through it and I am going to sit here with a Sharpie and I am going to, uh, write down like a tarot deck how we correlate these. And then you're going to not only have the gem and mineral deck, but it'll be a makeshift handwritten tarot deck as well. And I always keep a playing card in my pocket, whether you find yourself needing to play cards somewhere or somebody goes, oh my God, you do tarot cards? And if you don't have a tarot deck, because sometimes that can be alarming to someone, which playing cards are a little bit more subtle, delicate, and gentle, and you can find them in any theme on the planet. And so there's some really neat themes up the way that if you're like, oh, heck, man, I want a cool tarot deck, I will let you know what themes are available and we'll get you set up on those. And it's really just the time it takes me to go through each card. And it's 52 cards. So it takes at least an hour because obviously it's taking me at least a minute to go through each card. It usually takes me about 2 hours. So, I mean, that's why it's not just, $10. The deck may not be that expensive, but it's the time and energy that goes into personalizing it because it's not mass produced. I am not multiplicity. So thank you guys for joining me. I know that you guys had been very interested in me sharing some of my stones, some of my crystals and things that I have available. And so that is that. And don't for John, my bell that I was hesitant to part with. Which one? The last one. Okay, the last one. This one. How did you know I was hesitant? I love all my bells, by the way. I think that bells are a lost art when it comes to doing. I mean, if you're a teacher, these are great gifts for teachers, paranormal investigators, aura cleansers, all of it. Clearing a house of spirits. And so I've always got all kinds of neat bells. So there you go, John. There's that one. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. If you were nervous to reach out in the comments or you were maybe joining from a device that you weren't able to speak, let me know and message me on paranormalsarah.com. We will get you taken care of. Don't you worry, darling. I'll take care of you. Any of your spiritual, witch, metaphysical needs, eye of newt, wing of bat, I've got that. Yes, I do. And agates, especially quartz crystals, spheres, globes, really neat. Labradite. I've got some labradites the size of your face. Because of that, though, they're very heavy. Because of that, the shipping is a nightmare. So that's kind of where I get nervous about. I don't want something to get lost or broken in shipping. But the specimens are anywhere from 60 to 160. And these dark labradite, beautiful iridescent, just makes your eyes roll back, pieces. I've got 4 or 5 of those too. So I will have to do some more of my crystal shows. You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay, guys, I've got my tarot deck. Let me shuffle it a few more times, sip my coffee, start formulating your thoughts. What is it that you're looking for an answer to? Oof. Here we go. Brad? 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups. This is that gypsy lady. She's got her they're not banjos, but she's got her little things, and 3 cups. This is a third wheel. This is where there is a collaboration of maybe too many people, too many cooks in the kitchen. This is trying to make some type of a relationship or trying to make something work, and it's not going to happen because things aren't happening the way that you'd like. Things aren't panning out the way that you like, or things aren't falling into place the way that you'd like. It is creative. It is inspirational. It is imaginative. It is really exciting in that way, but it may not pan out the way you want, and being able to share things equally. Yuck! We don't always like that. Krista. Ooh, King of Swords. There's a battle, there's an argument, there's a conflict going on. And as you can see, the King of Swords, he looks like Thor. This guy is not one to be fucked with. The man, the master, the patriarch of air. This is a man who is screaming or yelling or fighting. And swords would suggest, man, they know what they are doing. So they often win these battles, whether, rightfully or fairly. That's not the point. The King of Swords is the king for reasons, and they're going to stay that way. So join them or not. This is a lot of advice for taking masculine energy in those communication spaces, using it to the best of your ability. Okay. Jessica, can I have a card? Jessica. Death. Dun, dun, dun. I love this. You can see he's the rider. Look at him. We've got some of these astrological symbols. You've got the spider webs and the tree branches and the skull and the pumpkin king. Jack, the pumpkin king, riding off into the night. And death doesn't mean someone's going to die, but so much as this is a major transformation, that this is death of people, places, and things, spaces in life, careers, even visions of self, what you thought would be, and how to make best use of that and stay connected to the living with that energy. And I love how this moves. This suggests that we be ceremonial, that we ritualize things that we love, and we give credence and time to it, because that is not something we can control, but we can honor. So I like that card. I find it to be quite beautiful. This deck is the gateway to the divine. Matt, a card. Yes. Hello, Angie. Matt, the Page of Swords. Swords suggesting, conflict, confrontation, a fight, or obstacles. But the page, that you have your foot in the door, you have the tools necessary, you have the resources needed, but maybe don't enter into the fight. Just be able to be useful. The Page of Swords. This is a young masculine energy, but still able to network and still, initiated. So this is a really good sign as far as, being out of the battle, but not yet in a king position, which I do think, people probably want to be. And that's the goal, is to move on up, moving on up. Aaron, I'll take a card, please, says Aaron Anderson. Aaron, man, a lot of swords tonight, guys. But this is Mercury retrograde, started yesterday. Tsunamis and volcanoes, people being, held hostage in Texas, shootouts all over. This is Mercury retrograde in Aquarius with a waxing full moon on the horizon. It's not going to get better. And here we have Aaron, the 3 of Swords. This is that 3, like Brad's 3. 3 is a third wheel, a trifecta. It is not even, it is not fair. And so there is some suggestion with swords that this is a message or news that is hurtful, or an argument or a conflict that isn't resolved yet, or something in the air, something that is said or felt or whispered or spoken that doesn't feel good. And it's in reference to a third party, a collaborative addition that isn't welcome. Okay. Yeah. Sarah, K, a card, please. Yes. Sarah, swords. Dang, people, bringing all your stuff in here. That's okay. We're probably all going through it. That has been the energy of the day. And here we are with the Four of Swords. Four is an even number. Thank goodness. That at least means yes, 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 yeah. Dun, 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 dun. There's some sense of reprieve or relief because it's even. It's predictable. You can kind of sense the pattern. But there's a raven coming in the night, dropping off some flowers to someone who's laying on their four evenly dispersed swords. So you can get rest, but man, who's really resting on a bed of swords? But they're facing down, at least they're not facing up. But that might even suggest four people you love having been hurt or passed, and these flowers being significant of a message coming from Hugin or Mugen under this stained glass window in the night that, hey, man, wake up. I got news. So already a space of, man, the Four of Swords, how much more can I take? Well, if it's only 40% of the way through the battle, this is indicative that there's a lot more climbing uphill. And that's okay because this is a current resting space. This is a current. Take the rest as you need it. Take the rest as you need it. Jessica, you're very welcome. Shelly, I would like a card. Shelly. Ooh, Earth, finally. A Pentacles, a Diamond. Shelly, this is the King of Coins, the King of Earth. This is the King of the Trolls. This is the Earth energy that is patient. He is quiet. Taurus, Capricorn. He may not always respond when you want. He might, go back into his castle when he needs time to sit and think on the mountain. But the King of Coins is going to take care of you. They're going to protect and provide. It is a masculine energy to be nurturing. It is the man that can provide not just money, but security and comfort and all the beautiful good things like the green and gold growing around you. This is a fruitfulness kind of preserved in a patriarch way, the top of the top with investing and growth. So this is a really powerful card and I like it. Mary, now I have the Jefferson song in my head. Sorry, not sorry, right? I've got songs playing in my head constantly, nonstop. Sarah said, oh shit. See, I have a feeling it makes perfect sense. When I start seeing random cursing, I know that it hit home. Hi, JB. Welcome. Shelly, you're very welcome. Thank you so much for joining me because, again, I would look extra silly. I mean, I already know I look silly doing tarot cards on the internet, but I'd look extra silly if there wasn't someone on the other end asking for a reading. I mean, I could just pull through the cards, but it's a lot easier when you guys are here requesting, giving that permission so that I can let you know. And don't forget, I do a whole series of divination, reading bones, whether it be tarot or reading palms. ParanormalSarah.com. Check it out. Angie says, man, can I get a card? Yes, you may. Angie. Ooh, Angie, this is our first major arcana card of the night. And this is indicative of, killing time. So this is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a time in your life that it might look like you're struggling. People might be like, oh shit, they're hanging there. Help them down, cut them down. Or you might feel restricted even. Like you don't have your feet on the ground, like you're swinging, like you're sick, like you're nauseous, like you don't even know what the hell you're doing. But you do. You do know what you're doing. And the Hanged Man is only killing time. They're waiting to make a decision. They aren't grounded, in fact, because they aren't 100% certain what it is that they are going to do. They don't have their feet on the ground running or investing. They are dangling above reality, still getting a different look, hanging upside down, seeing it in a new way, not quite taking action, and that's okay. However, you cannot do this forever. Blood will rush to your head. You will die. Someone will think that you're dead. Things could happen. You can't stay here forever. So the Hanged Man is just simply saying, hey, you've got an opportunity in the midst, and you know it, and we know it, and we know that you know it, and it's about time. Well, what time? When? You'll know. You know. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But we know that you know that we know that you know that we know now. So now we know. Okay. Okay. So, Angie, that's for you. And I've always liked the Hangman because it's the hourglass. I keep a lot of hourglasses on my altar space when you guys are joining me on social media at Paranormal Sarah on Instagram. And I share on my stories some of the behind the scenes of my personal altar spaces, not just my bigger ones for spell work that I do for uh, people out there, but my altar in my bedroom, my altar in my children's rooms, my altar throughout the houses that I have on my hearth or in my kitchen. And the one in my bedroom, my very intimate altar, I keep a lot of hourglasses. And I find those in antiques as well. It's a kind of a reference to life, but to the hanged man, to the ability to make decisions and to know that time is always ticking. You may not be aware of it. So seeing that anchor, being aware of your time, not to master it, but to pay attention. So I really like that card. JB says, man, a card for me. Another earth. This is the 8 of coins. The 8 of coins. You've got a man and he's looking. He's like, dang, how many did I sell last month? Okay, I made this many and I sold this many. And this is how much it costs to make these. Okay, all right, okay, good. So he is measuring. He's re-looking at it. The 8, the give, the take. This is that 4, that moment of rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fair, equal. And okay, now we're able to look at this again. We're able to have a moment of rest and go, okay, am I doing the best I can? How can I take constructive criticism? What do I know? What do I not know? And I love that about earth energy. A lot of times when you're like, what are you thinking? They may not have an answer right then. And that is, in fact, okay. The Mr. Rogers, the void, the space, the silence. This is really cool. This is really powerful. And it's useful. This is what you're doing right now. You're taking time to evaluate, and it is going to be profitable for you. So go ahead and take the time that you need, but maybe write things down, the pros and cons, the efficiency, the things that you want to grow and change and make better. Some of the air energy right now would suggest that that's the best way to conjure and manifest all of the earth benefits and strengths that you might have going on to make it happen and bring it to fruition is by writing it down and talking about it. So all right, guys, it has been over an hour. If there is not anyone else joining us, JB says, man, that's spot on. Good, 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 good. I love hearing that. But if there's not anyone else that would like a card, I'm going to go have some chips and dip with my kiddos. And then first thing in the morning, Sunday, I will be joining you on social media doing my daily meditation and astrology. And I will be wrapping up these items that you guys picked and plucked out of my personal collection tonight. And they are coming straight from me to you as gifts. So I'll be putting them in their boxes and getting the spells in order. So don't forget to message me your email so I can send those invoices to you and get them going. Monday is a package but not postal day. My husband's a postman. So probably Tuesday they will be in the mail. So if any of you were hesitant or wondering or thinking, I don't know, but then you sleep on it and it's haunting you in your dreams and you wake up and you think, I've got to have that item. It might still be here. So don't freak out. Don't worry. Don't stress. And you can always contact me at paranormalsarah.com. You can message me if you are here on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or the Paranormal channel, wherever you are joining me from. Encourage a friend to join you next time for free. And this Tuesday, we'll be doing astrology and alchemy, our weekly astrology and how to use that information. But then one of the things I'm doing this year is I'm doing all of my spiritual work and daily meditation and kind of thoughts on NLP and stuff like that. I'm sharing it with you guys online on social media. So be sure and sign up for those notifications for free so that when I pop on here in the early morning with my crazy hair and no makeup and tell you my crazy thoughts about Mercury going retrograde and how we're already talking about tornadoes and craziness, and then it comes to fruition, you're with us. So don't forget to join us there. It's a daily craziness and we'd love to have you. So, and for Lady T, who is joining us, this was a gift that was sent recently, and I just wanted to say thank you because I've got my snake, David Hisselhoff, downstairs, and then this came in the mail that said, hey, I saw this and I thought of you. This is the coolest thing. It's a choker, but you can also wrap it around your arm. You can use it as jewelry, and I've worn it a few times and scared people. It's a great photo prop. It's really cool. So thank you. And I'll keep your name anonymous. I'll just call you Mrs. T. But thank you so much. I always love it when you guys send me fun gifts. And do know that I will send you something back as a personal thank you. So thank you. And you guys, I look forward to seeing you later. Talk to you soon. Send me a message. Follow me on Paranormal Sarah. And until next time, guys, have a great Saturday night. Bye-bye.